Last week, Splunk had a bad day. CVE 2026-2025-3. A pre-authentication remote code execution bug, rated 9.8 out of 10. No password required. A bundled database service shipped with no authentication on it, so anyone who could reach it over the network could run code on the box. By June 15th, it was being exploited in the wild. CISA put it on the known exploited list and gave federal agencies a hard deadline to patch. Here's why that one stings. Splunk is where you send everything. Your logs, your alerts, your security telemetry. It's the room you walk into to find out whether you've been hacked. And for a few days in June, that room had an unlocked door. No key needed. That's not really a Splunk story. It's an old story, and it has a name. There's a line that's been floating around the hacker community since the Loft days. Attacking security software is like breaking into a house to steal the alarm system. Sounds backwards. Until you think about what the alarm actually does. The alarm sees every room. It's wired to every door and window. It runs all the time with privileges nothing else in the building has. And everybody trusts it completely, because trusting it is the whole point. Own the alarm and you don't just get in. You get the keys, and you get to decide what the homeowner is allowed to notice. That is exactly the deal we make with security products. And the people who proved it weren't marketers. They were the researchers who spent years breaking these tools. Tavis Ormandy at Google Project Zero called antivirus, and I'm quoting, a vast and highly privileged attack surface. His warning? Trying to reduce your exposure to random malware shouldn't increase your exposure to targeted attacks. He wrote that in 2015. It reads like he wrote it this morning. Joxean Koret tested 17 antivirus engines and found exploitable bugs in 14 of them. His point was structural. These tools have to parse everything hostile. They run with the highest privileges on the system. So a bug in the scanner is a bug that hands you root. The very things that make a security tool effective are the things that make it a catastrophic target. And this keeps happening across every category we invent. Antivirus got shredded for years. Then the perimeter moved to appliances, and the pre-auth bugs followed. Pulse Secure, Citrix, Fortinet, Ivanti, Cisco. Nation-state crews figured out the fastest way through the wall is the device guarding the wall. SolarWinds taught us the monitoring tool has tendrils into everything it monitors, and now the log platform. Different decade, different acronym, same physics. Here's why it's worse in 2026 than it was in Koret's day. Look at what we actually hand these tools now. EDR doesn't scan files. It lives in the kernel. It watches every process, every command line, reads memory, monitors the network on every machine you own, auto-updating from a vendor cloud. That is, functionally, a vendor-operated rootkit that you pay for. Clean, it's your best sensor. Vulnerable, it's the most complete remote access kit imaginable, already deployed across your whole fleet. Then there's PCAP. You hand security vendors your raw packets, not metadata, the actual bytes of your business. And DNS, even your lookups are telemetry. A third party sees every domain every device tries to reach, who you talk to, what software phone's home, what your CEO just searched for. Full kernel visibility, raw traffic, and your entire lookup history, all flowing to systems that run at maximum privilege, that everyone is trained to trust without question. That's the alarm system. That's why someone breaks in to steal it. So, to be clear, this is not me telling you to turn off your EDR. Turning off your EDR is how you actually get owned. The point is sharper than that. Your security tools are infrastructure. Threat model them like infrastructure. Patch them with the same urgency you patch the edge, because the protectors get hit first, not last. And never let your detection and your evidence sit in the same single point of failure. If the one place all your telemetry lands is also the thing that got popped, you just lost your defense and your proof in one move, which is the part I actually want to leave you with. This is where I'll put in a word for Gravwell. Gravwell is a security data platform built to keep your ground truth independent. It ingests everything: logs, netflow, raw binary, full PCAP, without forcing you to normalize it up front. And it structures the data at query time, so you don't get blind spots the moment a log format changes. The reason that matters for this exact problem: it separates the place you store the truth from the tools that analyze it. So when one of your security products has its own bad day, and June says it will, you still have a clean, independent record to go back to. The watcher can be compromised. Your evidence shouldn't be. The alarm system is still worth having. Just remember it's the most valuable thing in the house, and treat it that way. Thanks for watching. If this saved you a bad day, do me a favor, like the video, and hit subscribe so the next one finds you. I'm vRon. Patch your protectors.